Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am Murdo Todd. I'm delighted to be joined by Aaron Avey, who's back in action at OKTAGON 52, which will take place January 27th in Newcastle. How's prep been going? How's training?
It's, you know, always going well. Prep's gone good. Camp's gone well. Just been training, looking to improve, focus on some specific areas, and then hopefully be able to show them next week.
I was having a look at your YouTube channel. You and your mates and your teammates seem to have a lot of fun. How important is that camaraderie for you in your prep?
Uh, it's good. It's what I've been used to, like as a kid growing up and coming up in sporting environments and through school. I've always had a great group of friends growing up, and I feel like it's the same in the gyms and with the lads. We have good banter, camaraderie, and nothing. No one ever takes anything too personal, and it's just lads being lads, I suppose, and bringing that into the sport. I'm fortunate I get to do something I love every day, and turning up with great people who are on that same journey, who are willing to work hard, push each other, and then just have a laugh in the downtime makes it even that much better.
Obviously, you're spending time with the amateur lads. What a lot of people don't realize is, the fighters we see on TV when they're at home and they're not fighting, they're traveling around the country to these small hall shows, coaching up the younger guys. How important is that for you?
It's massive. That's where my future lies in coaching, and I've been coaching a long time. Like my degrees in coaching, sports coaching, and it's something I enjoy doing and love being a part of. Even when I'm not coaching, I'm always finding myself like trying to help people on the mat and stuff. When I was younger, and just growing up now, having that obviously that head coach role in IPC Wrexham, and then helping out with Steve Nightingale at Northwest Fight Academy, it's been great, and I feel like the guys we put a lot of work in. Like me and Steve have been training together now over 10 years, and uh, you can see that with the guys who are there longer, like myself and Carolina, Corey coming through now, Chris Morris fighting on PFL. There'll be loads more coming through in the future from Preston and from Wrexham. We won a few amateur belts last year, and I feel like it's only going to keep growing. But I feel like obviously being one of the more experienced people now, it's my job to help people and progress them on for the future.
Do you think your coaching duties have helped develop your own skills as a fighter?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Even from a young age, where I would just like maybe coach twice a week from like in 19, 20, 21. It helps because you're analyzing stuff, you're analyzing techniques, you're breaking everything down, you're looking what works for certain body types, you're just developing your whole knowledge. And I feel like that's it with me. Like everything I do really has something to do with mixed martial arts, other than walking the dog and going for coffee. Whether I'm training and competing myself, whether I'm coaching and bringing through the guys, or I'm matchmaking for UKFC and watching fighters who I can put together. You know, it's it's all I really do. So I feel like it all plays into a part in where I am now.
So we last saw you back in action in November against Elias Garcia. You won the first two rounds and an unfortunate doctor stoppage. I can't imagine how disappointing and frustrating that's been for you. How have you dealt with that, particularly over the kind of holiday period?
It's been tough, especially with the talk of the rematch up in the air and not knowing whether it was getting confirmed and what he was doing. It was like playing on my mind every day because I didn't know what was happening. So you're just thinking about that and hoping it would have been different, or hoping that he just signs a paper and you're focusing on this rematch now. in January. But as soon as I knew it wasn't the case, it was time to refocus and replan and focus my energy on elsewhere. And I've always been one to try and like only worry about what I'm in control of, and that's what I mean. I could have sat on the sidelines waiting for months for Garcia to maybe come back, but there was a date there for me being offered, and that's all I can control now. I have to go in there, perform, and win, and make sure I keep my number one spot in the Octagon rankings. And I also felt like the responsibility to carry this flyweight division for Octagon. It's new to their organization. They're a massive show. They've been great with me and for the UK MMA scene. So I didn't want to let the flyweight division burn out as well. I felt like it was important that we keep putting on fights and showing how exciting we are with a weight category.
So you'll be taking on Christopher Daniel. He's got a few stoppages to his name. What do you make of him?
I think he's going to be a good challenge. He's a combat jiu-jitsu world champion. He looks slick off his back. Like I think a lot of his submission finishes are off his back. He looks all right on the feet as well. He's got good striking. But I feel like it's going to be my strengths against his strength. I was saying earlier, like sometimes I feel like he maybe accepts the takedown a little bit so he can work his bottom jiu-jitsu game. But I'm a top player in MMA, top player in jiu-jitsu as well. So it's an MMA fight with strike. So I feel like it's going to be my strengths against his. I need to be switched on the night and focused and be wary of his submission attacks off his back. And hopefully I can be able to, do what I do to everyone, wear them down, grind them down, and get the finish. I also got to understand that every fight starts on his feet. So I'll be looking to see how that plays out as well, because, my striking's been progressing over years and years, and I've started showing it the past probably 5 or 6 fights, and I'm looking forward to it.
Taking it back to Garcia a little bit, you wanted the rematch. Octagon wanted the rematch. Garcia couldn't make the date for whatever reason. Everything goes well next week. Are you still wanting him in a rematch, or are you kind of past that? You just wanting the belt?
Both would be ideal, but I don't think he's coming back. I don't think you'll see Garcia in a pair of Octagon gloves again, truthfully. If he does come back, great. I'll be there with that number one ready. But for me, like he had plenty of options to come back in January. I don't think he's going to come back. He hasn't said when he's coming back either. So for me, it's just getting that gold. And if I have to beat him to do it, that'll be even better.
Yeah. So obviously the Octagon are making a big push in the UK, which is great to see, making some strong signings from UK and Ireland. Obviously they're making the trip up to Newcastle, a great crowd there. But it's an unusual spot to pick. It's usually Manchester down south. Do you think there's any way you can convince them for Octagon Wales, trip to Wales maybe?
Definitely. I feel like obviously we took a few hundred to Manchester. We'll be taking an army as well to Newcastle, which is like four and a half hours from where I live. I feel like the Wales is a big market, especially Wrexham, with everything going on here in the town with the football club and the catchment area around Wrexham, like Liverpool now and Manchester now. I feel like it would be a dream to bring a show back to the racecourse. Hopefully, we can speak to the owners of the club and they might be willing to put it on, because I do know they're MMA fans. I've seen them at a few UFC events, so that'd be magnificent. Because that's the thing you get with passionate people and passionate fans of the sport. You only like Ireland, Dublin, like they want to go there. They go to these places if they can get enough push and enough support. And I feel like we'll definitely be able to do that in Wales.
as you say, and then once you show them that the market's there and the crowd's there, because the Welsh crowds are always fantastic. They're more likely to rake and return, build the sport in Wales.
Yeah, thank you. Let's get it out there.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time, mate. Best of luck.
No,
I'm excited.
no worries. Thanks for having me.
All the best, mate.
No worries. Thank you. Take care, mate.
You too.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.